Hi there, Libra, and welcome back to Star Lourdes Tarot. This is your tarot forecast from the 12th of November through to the 18th. I went ahead and pulled some cards, and let's see what's going on for Libra. First up, we have the Three of Wands upright, followed by the Seven of Wands in the upright. Next, we have Major Arcana, the Hermit upright, followed by Major Arcana, Death in reverse. And lastly, we have the 10 of Wands reversed. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and interpret this read for you guys. First of all, you have for your overall energy the Three of Wands in the upright position. This is nice energy. This is representing someone who's making a plan and moving forward, putting it into action, because we have an idea of where we want to go in the Three of Wands, and we've already started taking action towards towards that, building that type of thing. It's very forward-moving energy, really good to see, very productive, the Three of Wands in the upright position. Okay, coming into the week, you have the 12th, you have the energies of the Seven of Wands in the upright position. Seven of Wands is kind of defensive energy. It could be for some of you, maybe coming off the weekend or something like that. You may be feeling a little bit defensive. You may be on guard. He's kind of on guard, ready to defend. Sometimes this can represent defending another person or defending ourselves, or protecting. Sometimes this can represent anything from protecting our privacy to protecting information, protecting something. It's very protective mode. It doesn't necessarily mean that anyone is challenging you. In the Seven of Wands energy, it just means we're kind of on guard. We're sort of ready for the other shoe to drop kind of thing. It doesn't mean anything's necessarily happening. Okay, now we're moving on to the Major Arcana, the Hermit in the upright position. The Hermit, this basically speaks of a need to go within. Sometimes this can represent a need to go within because we need to study something, or we need to just sort of take a time out, a solitary break. Sometimes we need to just go within to find the answers to a situation where we may be confused about something. The way out is in. We have to go inward in order to make the outside make sense to us sometimes. So the Hermit energy is just sort of a need for a little bit of solitude, maybe to figure some things out. He's also the investigator. Sometimes this card comes up when we need to study upon a subject or something like that. So maybe for some of you students or so forth, you need to take a time out to cram for an exam or study for something. This is also energies of sometimes just needing some time alone, just needing some quiet time to ourselves. I always recommend when the Hermit energy comes up that we search for the answers within, because who is better to guide us along our path than ourselves, right? If we tap into our inner knowledge, we can find the answers that we need to go to move forward. Now, because you do have the Three of Wands here, so that's forward-moving energy, maybe some of you need to do some research about the plans that you have, or where you're going, or where you're moving to, or moving on to. Some of you may need to just, like I said, go within to maybe sort of collect yourself in order to get your energy up so that you can move towards these plans that you have in motion. Now, moving towards the weekend of the 17th, 18th, you have Major Arcana, Death in reverse. Now, this card here in the upright position represents when we are transforming. We are taking an area of our life, or even an aspect of ourselves, and we're transforming it and moving it forward, so we can complete a cycle. Something ends and something new begins. And sometimes that can just be internal. An aspect of ourselves needs to change. We need to break something down in order to rebuild it. However, the Death card in this situation is inverted, which sometimes can speak to a need to transform something. Like I said, it could be an aspect of ourselves, or it could be a situation that needs to come to its end. And it's kind of like the Phoenix energy. This card is represented by Scorpio. Scorpio energy is that of like the phoenix, where everything burns down to be rebuilt again, coming out of the ashes. So it's that kind of energy, but for some reason the death card is in the reverse, indicating a little bit of a stuck energy. So the card came up because there's a need to transform in some area or some aspect of our personalities. It's just not happening. The energy's a little bit stuck. Maybe that's why the Hermit is here, kind of going within to figure out how to complete a cycle and transform it. Now, the last card you have is that of the Ten of Wands in the reverse position. The Ten of Wands upright, this is the card of someone who's overloaded, as just basically taking on too much on the plate kind of thing. I always recommend when the card is in the upright position that we release some of our burdens, delegate, have somebody help us, or release if we're carrying too many things, trying to do too many things. Just kind of release it, because the Ten of Wands in the upright position is somebody who's carrying too much of a burden. Sometimes this card can represent too many worries, somebody who's worrying way too much. The good news is for you guys going into the weekend, the Ten of Wands is in the reverse position, indicating maybe some of you have released a portion of your duties or your worries. You're releasing worries and letting those kind of fall by the wayside, which is really, really good, because the Ten of Wands energy is too heavy when it's in the upright position. There's always a need to turn this around, and it looks like you guys do towards the weekend. So very good news, forward moving energy, going within, a little bit of defensiveness coming into the week, but it looks like energy's changed towards the weekend of the 17th, 18th. You just maybe need to really take a good look when you're in the Hermit phase in the middle of the week towards turning this card right side up so you can complete the transformation. I hope this reading helped you, Libra. If it did, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. I want to remind you that I still have my special $20 special going until the 22nd of November. So if you'd like to book a private reading with me, details are in the About section. Otherwise, have a great week. Till next time, bye for now.